Jake, is that really you? Her voice cracked through the noise like a ghost stepping out of the past. He looked up from his coffee, and for a second his breath caught. She was drenched, mud smeared her dress, her shoes dangled from one hand. Her hair clung to her face like seaweed, and yet it was her, Lila, the woman he thought he'd never see again, the one he believed was dead. She stood trembling at the edge of the riverside cafe, barefoot and broken, but very much alive. He pushed his chair back slowly, stunned. Lila, how? But before he could finish, she stepped forward and dropped into the seat across from him. People stared. A waiter hesitated, but she didn't care. "I didn't know where else to go," she whispered. "They're going to find me again, but I had to see you before they do." An hour earlier, Commander Jake Maddox was preparing to leave Prague for good. 15 years as a Navy SEAL, medals, scars, too many funerals. He'd served, sacrificed, and finally survived. Today was supposed to be his reset, a quiet life waiting stateside. His duffel bag sat by the chair, plane ticket in his pocket. All he wanted was one last coffee by the water before vanishing into peace. And then came Lila. Jake stared at her, trying to process what he was seeing. She looked like she'd crawled out of a war zone, not a European city. Her once elegant cream dress was ruined, soaked and clinging to her frame. Her voice was hoarse, but her eyes, they still burned the way they used to. "You're supposed to be dead," he said. "I looked, I waited. I wrote you for years." She nodded slowly. "I know, I read every letter. Until I couldn't anymore." Lila Rose had disappeared over a decade ago, right as Jake was being deployed on one of his most dangerous missions. They were supposed to build a life after that tour. She was the one thing he was fighting to come back to. Then one day, she vanished. Phone disconnected, apartment empty, no trace. The grief buried him deeper than the battlefield ever could. "I didn't leave because I wanted to," she said now, hands trembling. "I left because I saw something I wasn't supposed to." She had been working as a logistics assistant for a private defense contractor overseas when she accidentally uncovered classified files. Weapons shipments being routed illegally, bribes disguised as maintenance budgets, American arms funding black market operations. When she reported it, she was told to forget what she saw. Then her friend who had warned her vanished. Her name was wiped from company records. Her apartment was burned to the ground. That was her warning shot. "So I ran," she said. "I changed my name. I disappeared. I cut ties with everyone, even you." Jake leaned forward, fists clenched. "You were alone that whole time." She nodded. "Until last week. I saw your retirement ceremony on the news, that medal on your chest, and I thought, if there's one person who can protect the truth, it's you." She pulled a small, mud-caked object from her handbag and set it on the table. A flash drive, wrapped in duct tape. "This has names, Jake. Documents, evidence, everything I've been hiding for years." Jake looked around. The cafe had settled again. Tourists smiled for photos with pigeons. The river glistened behind her like nothing had happened. But everything had. He reached out and touched her hand, still cold, shaking. "You came through hell to find me," he said. "No," she whispered, "I came home." In the next 30 minutes, Jake made 3 encrypted calls, one to a retired intelligence contact, another to a secure facility in Berlin, and one more to cancel his flight. Lila changed his plans, again. Only this time, she wasn't disappearing. As the sun dipped behind the old stone bridge, Jake stood, slipped the drive into his tactical vest, and looked her in the eye. "You're not running anymore, and neither am I." Together they left the cafe with the world behind them and the truth in their hands. Sometimes the people we thought were gone forever aren't lost. They're surviving, fighting battles we can't see, and when they return, it's not for closure, it's for justice. Jake thought his war was over, but real heroes don't clock out. They rise again when truth demands it. And love, the real kind, it doesn't die in silence. It waits, bruised and muddy, but unbroken. If this touched your heart, don't leave without commenting. Tell us where you're watching from and what part hit you the hardest. Like, share, and follow. Your support means everything.